Welcome to Whisky.com. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning, and I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. Today I have the Tormore 16-year-old single malt whiskey from Scotland here on my cask, and it came up on the market in 2013, and we waited long for this Tormore 16-year-old. The first Tormore I know from, into the 90s was a 10-year-old, and then they switched over to a 12-year-old, which is still on the market in a blue, with a blue label and a blue tube. Then the Tormore distillery was sold when Allied Distillers was divided between Pernod Ricard and Diageo. So the Tormore distillery went to, I think it was Pernod, and then they had to develop several other brands like the Longmorn, and Tormore took its time, and now the 16-year-old came on the market. The Tormore distillery lies, yes, in the very heart of the Speyside, and it was built quite late in 1957, and it was built in a very classical style with white buildings and a white fence around and a pool in front, and the best is the English garden around the distillery, where you see beautiful cut trees and beautiful flowers in the summer. And there's a machine house there with a tower, a small bell tower in it, and a big clock at the front, and every half an hour you hear a beautiful sound of the bells. So there, even the distillery looks so beautiful, the whiskey is not well known in the world. Yes, and now we have the 16-year-old in a beautiful old package. Here you see the machine hall, but they missed the bell tower on top. The whiskey has 48 ABV, quite strong, full-bodied, rich in flavor, American oak. So it matured in the weaker, the mellower American oak, and not in the European oak, which gives a stronger taste with the tannins, which come from the staves of the casks. Non-chill filtered, which means there's more taste in the whiskey as other whiskies which are chill filtered, so cooled to temperatures slightly above freezing, and then filtering the small particles out of the whiskey, which also carry the taste. So this one has no chill filtering in it. The nose is deep and fruity with a tantalizing layer of sweet orange and barley sugar. Incredibly smooth and well balanced. Incredible, yeah, everybody tells us. So, we will see. We will taste and see. Taste juicy and sweet with burst of ripe melon and pear. Finish long and slightly dry. Neil Corbett, which is, I think, the distillery manager, looked over this bottling. A lot of text on it. If you watch this video in HD, in high definition, press pause and have a look on the text. Well, let's see if there's something more interesting in it. Surrounded by a fragrant pine forest and a fast flowing river, Tormore Distillery is found deep in the heart of Speyside, as I said. Named after the Gaelic words Tormore, meaning big hill. Yeah, there's a hill behind the distillery. Typically, the distilleries reside below a hill where the water comes down, and the wells bring the clear water for distilling, and then you need the river for the mass of water which is used for cooling the condensers in the distillation process. The distillery overlooks the valley below, its majestic architecture visible from miles around. Yes, majestic architecture. This rare edition is produced in small batches by master distiller Neil Corbett and perfectly showcases the signature style of Tormore Whiskey's distillery single malt whiskey. Yeah. So, if you take the bottle out, you see a beautiful inside. So marketing wherever you look on this box. And this paper around the bottle reminds me of the old style in the US, where every liquor bottle has to be wrapped, not to see by others that you are carrying a liquor. Or on the other side, you have the paper around the bottle to protect it from scratches and everything. Yeah, whatever you like. Tormore Distillery, Scotland. Beautiful label. On the back side, not more. Yeah. I turn the glass because the inside of the cooper have to become wet, and the surface for vaporization is bigger, and then you're getting more taste out of the whiskey. Whoa. Very deep and fruity. Oranges. Juice oranges. Perhaps a hint over to the red oranges, which are stronger in taste. On the other side, quite sweet. Mellow. Lighter fruity now. 16 years in a cask is quite a long time. And the smooth American white oak develops, yeah, those mellow, sweet aromas. I missed the vanilla from the American oak, so there's more of a fruity component in it. The melons, which were suggested on the box, yes, I think so. It's not the red melons with the watermelons, but more the honey melons and the pears. I do not like pears very much, so I don't find the pears in here. Let's have a taste. Ooh, I got a little bit too much. In the 48 ABV, quite strong and fruity and deep and orange, a little zest in it. Very juicy, again sweet. The melons are there. And in the end, a little bit of oakiness, but just so little. So we have a very complex, quite intense, and yes, quite interesting whiskey, because it's not so oaky like the old whiskies typically are. It's juicy and yeah, and very hard to tell you. Very demanding, to be careful. Yeah. Thank you for watching and stay tuned at Whisky.com.